Good day, everyone. Once again, we'll meet to discuss topics we care about. According to the U.S. Department of Agricultural Forest Services, the Tonto National Forest, encompassing 2,873,200 acres, is the largest of the 6 national forests in Arizona and is the 9th largest forest in the United States. This goes to my next topic. I believe that federal forest land should not be sold under President Trump's Big Beautiful Act. The Tonto Forest is one of the most beautiful forests in Arizona. The majority of its federal land that could be sold to outside companies for profit. Personally, I like going there, so I would not want to see that happen. Currently, this bill is still in hearings in the House and Senate. It could be amended or changed anytime, hopefully for the better. There are currently 154 national forests and 20 national grasslands covering 193 million acres in 43 states, the Virgin Islands, and Puerto Rico. A lot of these forests contain much wilderness, campgrounds, and make our country beautiful. This bill could put these forests at risk of being sold to outside companies, thus demolishing them and destroying wildlife. All my life I've lived by these forests and federal lands. I've studied them in classes, in science classes. I've always loved learning about all the animals that come with them. It's just a very beautiful ecosystem all around. Today, I'm going to present to you why these forests are important for wildlife, the state and economy, and for people across the country. I'm also going to explain how we can do our part and hopefully get this bill out of the Senate or changed. Just so everyone's aware, forests are important in many ways. They can help clean the air we breathe to ensure we can live longer. We don't have too many trees in Arizona, but still, they help a lot. They're also very beautiful and give us an oasis to run away to. And would you rather have clean air and beautiful forests or just another Walmart? This kind of goes back to before. Why are they important? National forests and grasslands provide public benefits such as timber, clean air and water, forage, and energy production. The forage isn't thought about too much, but timber and all that, and the forage, it really does help with building houses and all the stuff we need to sustain life. They also provide recreational, cultural, and heritage opportunities that play an important role in how communities come together for physical and mental health, family, and to connect to the land. So with all this being said, the lands are used for many reasons, either for camping, if to be used just to get a nice road trip, or in our case in Arizona, Native American usage, for ceremonies, all sorts of stuff like that. What can we do to protect these lands? We should be able to write to our congressperson and protest the sale of federal land in the upcoming new bill. By pretty much creating a bunch of noise, what we're essentially doing is letting the American government know how we feel about this bill and what it can do to the country, which we went over in the previous slide. However, with all the protests going on today, a big thing that's been a debate is riots, if they're helpful. Personally, I don't think this would be a good idea because it would get people away from the cause that I'm trying to do. People would not want to be associated with that, and they'd probably more or less want to steer clear from that type of area. So doing everything peacefully, like for example, writing to your congressperson, calling their office, protesting peacefully, getting all the proper permits and going out into town and having your voice be heard is one of the best ways too. Or even going out on social media too. Going for a hike, showing these forests and what they truly show. The beauty, the ecosystems, show the wildlife, show what makes it a very nice place to be. Big question is, can this plan work? I think it can. It's practical and not much work is needed. Sending a letter in the mail or calling your congressperson takes little to no time. Protests can be arranged when most people are off, so everyone can participate. So I did this a couple of days ago after doing my rough draft. What I did was I went on to my congressperson's website, and they had a pretty much kind of like a support tab where you can write to the congressperson. I clicked on that tab and I wrote to them and I expressed my feelings. This should go for the senators too. They are also a pretty important part in this process. They're the main representatives of the state. So I wrote to my congressperson and my senator, which I think for us is Ruben Gallegos. So you can get onto his website. He has like the same little support tab and he can help. Or hopefully he's able to read the messages. An alternative plan, besides writing, is sitting around and doing nothing. What I was taught at an early age, if you don't vote or get your voice heard, you don't have the right to complain. People tend to complain or talk about stuff they don't like, but they don't do any actions to fix that. I personally believe if you really have a problem with something, do the right thing and get your voice heard. Or vote, or do what you need to do to change the stuff that's going on. According to Brookings, protests can be extremely powerful if done correctly and peacefully. So like I said before, going out there, protesting, making your voice heard is a powerful tool. Masses drive volume, and volume drives change. By doing this, by standing up for all the stuff that we have, cleaner air, we stand up for more beauty and making sure our country is beautiful overall, that can drive the economy up in many ways. So today what I've shared with you is Trump's new Big Beautiful Act, what it entails for federal and state lands. I showed my plan of wanting to change that by going out and voting. I've explained why these lands should be saved due to their beautifulness, the economy reasons, ecological reasons, and wildlife reasons too. Overall, a lot goes into the national forest system, and it should not be changed. I hope I inspired all of you to reach out to your congressperson and get this changed. I'm glad to be in this class with all of you, and I hope everyone has a great day.